Yeah, she's got a Greek block.
Hello from the Dreamford Discord server. I'm Shadows Pup, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own posts or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel. Come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. So, Alessandro, I was going to mention to you. Remember, I said yesterday morning how I woke up to the sirens going. The local grocery store was on fire, and of course,
Yes, that sounded so scary.
because it's a small town, there's a lot of seniors in this town, especially that rely on that grocery store. They don't have transportation. Before the end of the day yesterday, the local community care had a bus set up that will go twice a week to the other communities for grocery shopping. And there's a Facebook group is running with people that have volunteered to do shopping for people. I have to say, this little village does roll rather well on things like this.
That's
Your
very cool.
little town.
It is. It's good to see it coming together.
That that's really great. And there's a brand new Tim Hortons.
Oh, Timmy's has been here a few years, although I heard they did a renovation during the pandemic.
It looks sparkling. It
Yeah.
was amazing.
If Bluefin doesn't know what Tim Hortons is, he surely needs to trip across the border.
So, the 30-second short story.
Okay?
Um, we have a chain here called Dunkin' Donuts.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So Dunks. It's actually headquarters here in Boston. Um, I've mentioned it a million times to you, and I've dropped the pictures of them. But those duck boats,
Mm-hmm.
which is a World War II amphibious vehicle that they now have civilians have bought it, and they use them as tours of the city. And I drop my daughter off, and the location where I drop her off to go to work is right where they start and end their tours. And as I'm pulling up to the light right away from them, one of them is on the right of me, and he's the guide in there as he's giving the city says, "Well, I just wanted to welcome you to Boston, and in case you didn't know, here's a rare sight. If you look to your right, is a Dunkin' Donuts." Which is hilarious because Boston and Massachusetts in particular is well known for there's a Dunks on every street corner, and it is almost literally true. Um, but at that particular intersection, there's one on the right, one on the left, and one across the street from you. So it's not just a rare sight; they're literally everywhere.
Like, just keep looking around. You'll see them all.
Yeah, when you pass the Timmy Hortons, you know you're gonna see one up the street in a little bit. When you pass the Dunks, you're gonna see one up the street in a little bit.
Mm. So the next town over has a population of, I think it's about 8,000.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Last,
Salem?
yeah, right. The I said over, not east. The one you were confused with. It has. Last time I checked, it has 6 Tim Hortons. Just for fun. Gretchen says, kind of like Starbucks in Seattle. She lived in a spot where they had 6 Tim Hortons within a half mile of her home. Hmm.
I our town
Alessandra?
is 25 or so, and 25,000 or so, and we have about a dozen Dunks.
Yeah, so Dunks would be pretty similar to Timmy's up here by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it is exactly.
Yeah. Like, there's not too many small communities that do not have a Timmy's. Of course, it kind of helps that the original Tim Hortons, the actual person, was a Canadian Maple Leaf star at one time.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, yeah, he played for the Maple Leafs.
Back when they had an
When they,
HL team?
yeah, when they had a real team.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Blue,
Yes?
how about you go first?
Okay, if you want.
Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna. I haven't been in 3 weeks.
I know.
For one thing or another, I've missed this. One of it I literally forgot. Suddenly it was Thursday night or Friday morning, and I was like, wait, I finally had a day off and I can get it. So
Did you
anyway,
forget last week?
I forgot it was Thursday. Not just forgot about PYT. I forgot it was Thursday. I had no concept of what day it was. Until whenever I remembered, and I was like, I can't believe I had the day off, and I missed it.
And here I refrained from texting you because I thought something had come up.
No, I mean, you knew my schedule. I was flat out for a few weeks. And then suddenly I had time off, and I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. And I woke up 3 hours later, like, oh, shoot, I think I just napped for a bit. Anyway, here's my post. Because I've missed it, I thought I would catch everybody up to where the garden is. On January 15th, I actually started sowing my first seeds indoors. And over the course of about 2 weeks before the first 2 weeks of May, I actually made this video because I was hardening off my seedlings. When you grow them indoors, you're growing them under grow lights, which are nowhere near what the sun is. And when you're growing them indoors, they are not used to the wind. So you do this thing like hardening off, and it's similar to getting a pasty white person used to going to the beach for the day. You don't want them to get sunburned and whatnot. So this video is about hardening off my seedlings, the process of how you have to do it. You can't do it in just by bringing them outside and putting them in the ground. That won't work. You'll most likely kill them from shock. So it's the process. How do you harden off plants that have grown indoors? Or let me rephrase that. How do I harden off? And I'm going to ask a favor. Even though I posted a 3-speak, I would love it if people were to watch it on YouTube.
Or at least subscribe and upvote on YouTube.
I would truly love that.
Yeah.
Really love that.
Amir,
it
your
really
mic's hot
does
again.
help.
Amir's trying to be a hot guy today.
He's very hot. He's coming in hot.
I think the button isn't working.
What's not working?
That's a button that's like when you press it, it goes mute without me pressing mute.
Are you on your phone?
No, it's just the mic not working.
You know
properly.
something, Amir? From the first day I met you, you've always been excellent at pushing buttons.
Thank you. Well, sometimes those buttons don't work.
Ah.
And with that, Kitty Girl, thank you, Bluefin.
Most people probably know by now that Hive Memorial Forest is a community Bieber has created on the blockchain where we can memorialize people or pets that we have loved and lost. And she has decided, in light of the news of Tina Turner's passing yesterday, to create a post where people can write about their thoughts on Tina Turner. Maybe if you've attended a Tina Turner concert, or if you have a favorite song that she did, you can write about it in the comments. And I thought that was a very lovely use for the Hive Memorial Forest. So if you'd like to participate, go to this post and leave a comment. And I'm sure she would appreciate an upvote too.
So apparently Tina Turner was kind of a popular performer, eh?
Just a little bit, yes.
She's and not just popular, but she has a she resonates. Strong, powerful woman who overcame quite a lot of adversity early in her life. I mean, she was in a very, very abusive relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and to become who she became later in life, getting out from underneath a very abusive spouse, and then becoming such a powerful rock icon. Just she's impressive.
That was a lovely tribute to her, Bluefin. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I guess I should read something about her then. Other than occasionally her name appearing, she's never really come up on my radar.
The
The
the movie that was done about her is the one that everybody will proclaim that the actress was robbed of the Academy Award. She should have won best actress, and it's the one that everybody agrees that she really should have won, and it was hers. It's an amazing movie.
Of 2021, is that right? No, September 2022. Devin and I went to London. So, yes, it was very freaky during the pandemic. We're like double masked in the whole thing. And it was recommended to us that we go see Tina, the musical. I'm like, oh, that would be inside a building, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. I looked at the protocols of how they would have people come, and like you had to have all of your documentation so that they could verify when you were vaccinated and all of that. And then, one last person would, take a good look at you and your identification and look at everything again before you could enter. We went to that musical, and we took one of my design professors, and there just wasn't enough facial tissue to take care of us. But we were on our feet and dancing and crying, and it was just so powerful. And to this day, I have this little Tina Turner response that happens in my brain if I start to get into this behavior of, oh, I have to sacrifice myself for this person, or I have to sacrifice my energy for this person or this situation or a crisis or blah blah blah. If I start feeling like I need to sacrifice myself in any way, if that word comes into it, what I hear in the other part of my brain is, we don't need a hero. Haven't. Thank you, Tina.
yeah.
So, Alessandra, I could hear, but I had to hear really close. So maybe up your soft voice to a little bit louder.
Okay, thank you.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Sean, you're up.
Okay, so I'm sharing a YouTube link. I came across this song that, as they say in the modern lingo, hit me in the feels. But what made it even more impactful is the artist offered an open verse challenge where men and women from around the world added a verse talking about the topic of the song, which is being a man in the modern world and what that means and the struggle that men deal with in life. Trying to be the providers, the strong, manly type. So it was just very impactful, and shared it with my wife, and even she was just really touched by it. So I wanted to share it here.
All right. Thank you, Sean. And Amir, you're up.
What about Europe?
Pardon?
Europe.
Go. Okay, do you guys remember last week I told you about this $150 contest?
Mm-hmm.
Turned out I wasn't lying. It did happen. I was right all along. Yeah, so we've launched the PYPT contest, and it's $150 in announcement. It's a very exciting project, although people seem to misread the rules, and it's driving me insane. But alas, yeah, we're doing it to the website, and I don't know if people are on Twitter. I would appreciate if people share it there as well. Kind of like the main criteria to keep this contest going, like to do it in the future as well. And yeah, it's basically the dating chronicles, and you just share, a story about a date or a post about multiple dates, or just talk about your dating life in general in a comedy sense, like don't talk about something that ends with someone, exploding somehow. And yeah, it's very straightforward contest, and I think you are gonna like participating in it. All the words escaped me when I was talking.
So, did I hear you say at the beginning that people don't read the room? Did you mean in reference to this contest?
Rules.
What are they missing?
Are you,
They don't read the rules.
Oh, the rules.
Yes.
yeah, rules, community posts, like they keep missing them and it's driving me insane.
It's a short drive, so it's okay.
Yeah.
One of the
No, it's like,
rules is reading the room.
yeah, so you're not wrong.
No. Even when I
No,
am, I'm not really.
I know it's very complicated. It's like I even would write like a newsletter, but like, hey, these are the rules you're missing, and people would also not read that, which is kind of funny when you think about it. And yeah, and even Blanche wrote a parody post of me being driven insane by this. Oh, lots of good things happening in the community, though.
Good.
Great post
Keep the
all
fun
around.
rolling.
Yep.
Thank you, Amir. And
Thank you.
Amy, you are up. Hopefully, Amy's with us. I don't see her typing yet. Amy. Hopefully, her network is not. There we go. Okay, Amy. Tell us about this post.
Okay. Hello everyone. This post I just made it about 2 hours ago in the Inqua community. It prompts to write about nature, what nature means to you, or the joy brings to you, or something you dread about nature. So I chose to write about the joy and the dread I have in nature, talking about the sea. I love to meditate around the sea because of the serenity it brings to my soul. And then I dread something. Would you like to find out what I dreamt? So you could just click on the post and check it out. And sure, I took nice pictures too of nature myself. Thank you.
I love how Amy drops the hook at the end of her presentation. You want to know what I dreamt about? Go read the post. Good job.
Well, I think
Thank
Amy learned that from you, Shadows.
She picks it up and does it very well. And Blue, you are up.
Thank you. And on a roll. Similar subject. I hardened off the seedlings, and then over the last, in between moments, snatching moments here and there, in between moments of a very stressful work month, I actually managed to get about 80 of the tomato plants planted. Um, and there we go.
80 of the tomato plants. Is that
Yeah,
all of them, or is there more to go?
no, I have. That's about half of what's left. I'll probably put in another 40, um, and give away whatever's left. I've actually given away a half dozen. I probably don't have 40 left. One of my neighbors was walking by. She was walking a dog, and she lives a few doors down, and she does amazing flower garden. And I said, "Hey, I got some extra tomatoes." So she took 6. Yeah,
So if
I
you
I
recall, Katie
actually
Girl, he makes a lot of tomato sauce in the fall, and
I make yeah I juice them right away when I first pick them. If I don't eat them fresh or make salsa, I juice them right away, and then I freeze the juice, and then come October when I have a bunch of it, I'll make gallons of sauce and then freeze them in gallon Ziplocs. About 2 or so months ago, I think I finished the last of my pasta sauce left over from the fall.
so just a little hint: dehydrated tomato takes on an interesting sweet taste.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I haven't dehydrated any tomatoes. The salsa comes from the tomatoes and also some of the peppers that I grow. So the plain bell pepper makes a more mild, and then the spicier peppers that I have, the medium hots, it makes for a spicy salsa.
Emir says dehydrated tomatoes, juicy three tomatoes. I'm not quite pulling that one together.
Instead of tomatoes, it's three tomatoes.
Oh, jeez. Yes, apparently I'm slow on that one today. So one of the things I love doing with dehydrated tomatoes is when I'm making rice, throw some in, and I've got tomatoes and rice. Nice and
Ah,
easy.
ah. I jarred up 6 jars of sun-dried tomatoes last fall. I did some with basil and some with I can't remember what I did, but I did 6 different types of sun-dried tomatoes.
So last week I did um, rice, tomatoes, red pepper, green pepper, mushrooms, and peas, and they were all dehydrated. A lot of bloody drink. Okay, that took care of the interfering phone call. Ian? Oh, old school. I have to tell him. And I keep forgetting that he's not in the voice channel and couldn't hear me if he was.
Congratulations on arriving at port 20, Shadows.
Whatever that is. Where are you? Port 30 and Dreams at port 40?
No, Dream's probably up there. I'm probably very similar to you.
I don't know. I was just guessing, Dream. Um, Old School has said this month's Dream Word of the Week contest promises to be awesome. Find out what the prompts and rules will be, but he didn't give us a link for it.
This is to make it more difficult to find out what the prompts and rules
It
are
makes you
going
go
to
and
be.
look at what the rules are. Sam
I think
probably
I
has
was
the link
tagged in
close
a
by
post.
since she probably wrote the post.
Actually, I
There it
have
is.
it. Yep, I was gonna do it.
Oh,
Do you guys need one more post?
that's what old school dropped earlier out of turn. I just delete them when I see them drop. Okay, Wandering Moon, you are next. And now's a good time to drop some emojis. I won't delete the emojis. Okay, Wandering Moon, tell us about this.
This girl does traveling photography, and these photos that she did in this post was part of a volunteer trip that she did, pardon me, to help out her father with his medicine.
Oh, nice. And we've got two more added to it. Beautiful sceneries and some islands of the Philippines. Nice. Thank you, Wandering Moon. And Abdul Kudus, you're up.
Hello, good evening, good morning, everyone. This is a post by the Hive Learners community, and for the prompt for week 63, edition 2. And the prompt is all about mental health. So at times we just live our lives and we forget about ourselves. So we are told to discuss how we pass through the struggles of life. So the quality of life and all sorts. So I gave some basic reasons and some basics about how I fight against my mental health and then overcome the crisis and everything happening in the world today. So you can just do it to check it out. Thank you.
All right. So check out how your health is your wealth in Abdul Kudus' post. Thank you, Abdul Kudus. And
Yeah, you're welcome.
Amy, you're next. Amy. Hopefully her network doesn't get her again. Yep, there we go.
Okay, this post is actually one of those posts where I have to rant and complain because lately I've not been feeling myself and I've not been feeling everything around me. Starting with my phone. Let me just give you a little story. I slept on my phone and the screen went blank. Okay, that was not even the problem. Then I went to the technician to fix this phone. The technician fixed the screen and damaged something. So it's really frustrating. And then even my mobile network is frustrating. It's really unstable. No light. In fact, everything is just happening. I don't know. You could just help me check the post. And if you have any idea on what to do, like the damage the technician did on my phone, if you have any idea, please just drop the feedback. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Some days are just frustrating, aren't they, Amy?
That's true.
And it looks as though Old School got ahead again, but that's okay because he was next in line this time. So his he says fun info. Let our pictures tell our story is the title of the post that he has shared. Okay, so we'll catch up there. Oh, we lost Bluefin again. And Abdul Kudish, you are up. There he is. He's back. Discord not liking you today, Blue?
I got kicked out, and then I just spent forever getting updates.
Ah. Couldn't have
I
something
don't
to
know
do with
what
using a
happened.
Mac, would it?
No, I mean I haven't been in a lot lately, so I probably have missed. I know I missed. Because I got through a series of updates, and then it said downloading more updates. So it's probably that I haven't been in so while that it has to go through a couple of rounds of updates.
Ah, okay. Hopefully you're steady now.
Well, we'll see.
Q, tell us all about your bread business. Abdul Kudus?
Okay, yeah, I'm on voice now. This is a post in response to the Leo Finance Zelly campaign. So we are told to write about business. So it was an experience I had when I was in my youth service. So I ran the bread business successfully. Like after some people ran it and they did it somehow. So the business was not going very well. It was somehow. Then when I came on board, I had to put in some difference and some strategies too. So to make the business run successfully. And then my tenure was also the longest duration so of selling that business. And I also made many more achievements of mine in the post. So you can just do well to check it out. Thank you.
So how's business?
It was fine. No, that is in the past now.
You make your own
Now
bread
I'm
or do you
also
have someone else make it?
the business.
Hmm?
I didn't hear you very well.
I said, do you make your own bread or does somebody else make it?
No. We collect it. We collect it from the bakery. So like I collect in wholesale and we sell in retail.
Okay.
Yes. I can't make bread yet. I didn't have a bakery.
All right. Thank you, Abdul
Yeah.
Kudus.
Yes, man. Thank you.
Amy, you're up. Good time to drop emojis, folks. Not that I'm nudging, but I'm nudging. There's Amy typing. Okay, tell us about this.
Okay, this is a poem. It's been a long time I read the poem, so I decided to do one, I think 5 days ago. What I appreciate most about this post is the fact that I had to play with words and the rhyme scheme was just beautiful to me. I love the fact that I took my time to make my poem rhyme with each other and the meaning as well. So it was a picture prompt from the block poets. Am I correct? Yeah, block poets community. So we're asked to write on that picture. What I felt was what I wrote. So you guys could just check it out and see how well I did. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Amy. Old School has won one HBI. I put that in text because he wouldn't have heard me say congratulations. Wandering Moon needs to earn 500 more pimp. I need some more emojis or we're going to have a really short show today. Must be some posts out there to share. Oh, I see Alessandra typing. I see a couple people. What's the threshold there? Um, I didn't see her pop in unless she popped in and right back out again. So if you haven't got posts of your own, now's a real good time to go find somebody else's post that you really liked in the last week. Take care, Gretchen. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Shadows.
Okay, Amy, go for it. Oh, there we go.
Okay, this post was a prompt from the Hive Ninja. We're asked to write the hardship, the joy and moment we encountered in leaving our comfort zone. This post has a lot of pidgin in it though, Nigerian pidgin. So you can just see the way I played around Nigerian pidgin, and I told a story of how I wanted a good life, how I had saved trying to make something out of my life, and then COVID-19 came, and all the money I saved was what we used for feeding, and I had to start all over again. We talked about the hardship I encountered in trying to leave my comfort zone and the joy at the end of the day. So it's actually a very beautiful story, and it's long though, 7 minutes read. So go check it out. Thank you.
You got into your topic and just keep flowing with it, did you?
Yeah, I was just carried away. I enjoyed writing. I could go on and on, but I had to stop at the point, and I realized, man, it's getting really long. So I had to just find a way to end the story. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I haven't seen any more emojis drop, so I guess nobody else has got anything they'd like to share today. Okay, kitty girl, go for it.
Well, this is a vegan recipe that I stumbled across caught by accident. It looks really good. It's based on dates, but it has nuts and other ingredients as well. And it just makes me want to reach through the screen and grab one. So I thought I'd share this. I think a lot of people would enjoy a little bit of sweetness in their life, whether it's a vegan recipe or not. So here you go.
I'm betting you may have Dreamsteam's attention on that.
Oh, that's a good point, especially since it's a gluten friendly recipe. Yeah, it's gluten free. So, yeah.
Blue says, "Nope, you don't. We don't have Dream's attention, or it's not your cup of tea."
Uh not the it's not the gluten free part or the vegan part, it's the nuts.
Oh, right.
Yeah, peanuts and cashews are fine, but no other nut. They're all wrong. All of the rest of them are wrong.
Well, you could probably make it without nuts.
Yes, it's called water.
You're such an optimist.
I know, right?
Dream will take one for the team, and she'll try making it without nuts and report back to you.
You know the problem. Listen, Missy Dream. He takes every recipe and then she substitutes every single ingredient, and then she's like, that was the perfect recipe." Except, I didn't use any of the ingredients, and I make it better.
I make it better. It's just a different recipe when I get done.
A completely different one.
So, are you not partial to the other nuts, Blue, or do you have a problem with them?
He can't eat
health
them.
wise?
It's not partial or not partial. They're wrong. All those other nuts in the world are wrong. Only cashews and peanuts are right.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I love cashews. I could eat my weight in cashew.
Yeah, me too.
Then put peanuts in.
Listen, Alessandra, the truth hurts.
What
That's
about
nuts.
macadamia?
Macadamia? No.
Sean says in
Walnuts.
Guatemala you can get cashew fruit in the market.
That would be
Macadamia's
cool.
supposed to be
That would actually be
really
very
good
cool.
for you.
Macadamia. I have no new information since last I mentioned that peanuts and cashews are right, everything else is wrong. Walnuts? Those are still wrong.
But they're heart healthy.
Walnuts are heart healthy?
Peanuts are not nuts, though, are they?
What?
Peanuts are not nuts; they're legumes.
Yeah, technically they're in the same family as a bean.
So that leaves you with one.
But not
right.
a green bean.
Not a green bean, no.
Yeah, as long as it's not a green bean, we're okay. Snook has got out of bed. It hadn't better be a secret or other kind of green bean. Sean's posted a picture of the cashew fruit. So what does the fruit itself taste like, Sean?
I have to go. FedEx is here. I have a big delivery.
Ooh. It's quite sweet.
Big delivery. He made big delivery.
He's getting overpowered on nuts, so he had to run.
Now that he's down to one nut.
Sean, I knew had to run, so he was only here for about an hour. Okay, Amy, I haven't forgot you. You're next up. Ooh, that looks like a powerful 3-tune Tuesday. Tell us about it.
Yeah, you got it. You see, like I told ya, I've been feeling low this week, so I just use that opportunity to inspire myself to rise and fight all the feeling of anxiety, frustration. So I decided to choose 3 tunes that represented that theme that says rise and fight. The first song was dedicated to me. That one was from Katy Perry, that's Rise. And the other two, I dedicated it to people out there because I know I'm not the only one fighting a battle. We all have the silent battles that we fight. Could be health problem, could be financial problem, and many other problems people finding hard to talk about. So I wrote this song to inspire people, to make them come back to life, to know that they can be a champion despite the battles they all go through. So I promise you that after listening to the songs, you would be very strong to do life again. So go check it out. And then I have a question, please.
Okay.
The question is for the dream pot, the submission for today, must it be the Hive Memory Forest post or any random post?
I believe it's the Hive memory post.
Okay. All right.
Dream?
Thank you
Yep.
very much. All right.
And that's by 4 p.m. Pacific, Dream? $5 p.m. So there you go. You just gained an hour by asking a question. And Bloofy Woofy won the 3 HBI. And Wandering Moon, you're up. Okay, tell us about this.
We were talking about recipes just a few minutes ago before the whole nut thing. And I remember reading this last night about rice cake dessert that this writer had made, and then they went out and they got some other food. But the rice cake thing looks really, really good. There was just some ingredients in there that I couldn't understand.
It does look tasty. Oh, Philippine pesos. I was thinking, geez, meat gut's really expensive. I see 320 and 45. I don't know that it actually goes into a cake, Zeta. It does, doesn't it? Guess there's only one way to find out is to make it and try it. Coconut gata. Is that like milk? The coconut milk, maybe? Maybe just a different term for it? I have coconut milk in the cupboard. I occasionally will take coconut milk and add some cocoa to it and chia seeds. Makes an interesting pudding. And Snook, you're up.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay. You want to speak a little louder?
Oh, sorry. I just woke up. I finally got my post written about the neographic art, and yeah, there's a conversation in there that me and Dream had at the bottom. She now owns what you see a picture of. She has it in her possession. Anyway, um, I actually sent these videos to another friend of mine, and they've been working with the videos, following along and learning how to do this neographic art, which isn't technically you end up with art, but it's technically not really art. And
Okay.
it's
Explain how neographic art is not art and what is neographic art.
okay. Neographic art is a way to um. Oh, you're asking hard questions right now.
Perfect time to ask you questions.
Yeah, it is a way to come to terms with things that are bothering you, become in a meditative state, heal your mind um, from just about anything that you want to. I mean, how far you can take that claim. I mean, that's not a claim I make. It's a claim that whoever came up with this made. And then there's people that have taken it to different degrees. You can just do the lines and that for the sake of art. You can do it for the sake of healing. You can do it for the sake of a lot of things. I ended up finding two videos that actually it went in depth why you're doing it, and they tell it better than I ever could, which is one of the reasons why I put the videos in there, um, because they just go more in depth if you watch both of them. And the adding color to the lines is actually just to make it look pretty. There is no, other than that, there is really no reason to add color, so you don't have to. It's more about the process of making the, what are your intentions when you start the making of the lines, and how you start that is a specific way, and in what it's going to help, hopefully. Um, I have actually seen, just in the last few days, it helped somebody else, not me, um, who was in an extreme amount of pain, extremely unhappy, and they had every right to be. They have every right to be, um, because life is not fair at all sometimes. Um, and it's actually helped them get some relief from a lot of things. Pain being one, being able to focus, because by using the technique that they actually show in the, I would say both the videos, you get a clearer picture if you watch both of them. Um, that and I was that made me worth it made it worth it to me that that somebody that I started talking to a couple of weeks ago just got that much relief, and was able that person was able to actually sleep for 18 hours, and and they hadn't been able to sleep at all. So um, anyway, I think a lot of it is just depends on how much you let things help you too. You know, it's like anything. You know, if you don't go into something with an open mind, it's not going to fix you.
Kind of sounds like it's the drawing version of automatic writing.
I don't know what automatic writing is, but
My
it,
understanding of it is, I haven't actually tried it, but you're in a state of mind, quite often a meditative state of mind, where you just sort of let your hand drop on the page,
uh-huh.
and you know words that you probably wouldn't have written if you'd thought about it can appear on the
Uh,
page.
yeah.
It's kind of a free flow.
Yeah. Uh, really there's like in mine there's 6 lines that were intentionally put in there
Mm-hmm.
by using the formula. And then the rest you're still using part of the formula, but you're actually just filling in because you don't want like big open blank spaces.
Right.
And the one interesting thing was is that when I just showed people the, because it was funny, I finished it finally against all odds, which is that's a whole nother story. But it it made me happy just to look at, and it's like it's lines, it was just an odd thing, and I didn't actually want to add color to it because I didn't want to ruin the lines, because the lines itself made me smile and happy. And I showed other people, and everybody I showed it had a positive feeling for them. They saw different things in it, but it everybody had positive feelings when they saw it. And I saw one last night that was uh, to get anger out of somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and holy crap. I mean, and you look at that painting, and it poured anger. It was I didn't. It was hard to look at. So it's yeah. Um, it was just unbelievable. Um, how lines. can and convey so much. Um, but it got them to be able to do a bunch of stuff that they paid free, I guess, and that was the way they started it. So
Sometimes it's not as much the method as what works for people. Kitty Girl has won the 5 HBI. Alessandra, I guess the closest thing to free association journaling would be the Free Writers Group, unless I'm thinking of something different. And Wandering Moon is, as much as Mandalas are rather popular, they're actually a sacred practice in a lot of the Eastern religions. I looked them up one time just to see where the background of them was, which was kind of interesting. And apparently, Snook, your happy lines were so good that Dreamsteam had to own them.
yeah.
Did you NFT them or did you just sell them to her?
I didn't sell it. I just sent it to her.
Oh,
I
okay.
I just put it in an envelope and put a stamp on it and sent it to her. Cause
Oh, she's got the actual hard copy.
yeah, she's got the actual paper.
Paper. Wow, that's something. So I had to crack up laughing the other day. One of the NFTs I put on the NFT showroom last weekend, Draker Noyes bought all 5 editions of it. He burnt 4 editions so that he would have the final one. He didn't realize that inside the file was a downloadable one that he could print out into wall art. Until I
Oh
messaged him the other day and
no.
asked him if he got his file.
Oh no. What did he say?
Oh, he downloaded the file. He got the file, but he was using it as his background on his phone. I said to him, I says, "Do you realize that that will print out to 20 inches by 30 inches?" He went, "Oh!"
That's funny.
I really had to crack up laughing. I also had to change the way I write my write up so that it's more clear that there's a printable
Print-
inside the
Yeah.
NFT.
Alexandria, I can definitely say the Free Writers group, even if you don't do it with the group and just use the prompts, is definitely free association journaling, and that's how I used it anyway. And it was actually really a healthy practice, and one I really want to get back into, even if I don't post it.
Okay. Anybody else got anything they'd like to share? And yes,
Oh,
Dreamsteam does have a. She bought the first of the NFTs I put up.
I just wanted to say that um, if you try it, which I would suggest, just watch the videos and try it because it's not going to hurt anything. Well, other than watch the videos at 10 times the speed like Shadows does, and then it takes less time. But my mom actually watched it and did it, and I'm not an artist. I don't like art. That's for other people. I sing. That's her attitude towards anything with the word art in it. And she it was so proud of herself and so happy that she did it, and that surprised me. So it's not for anybody who even remotely, she doesn't even remotely think she's artistic, and so, and I've never seen her that happy. Holding up a piece of paper with lines on it, or anything, so it does bridge all gaps. I don't it's kind of, I wish they wouldn't even put the word art in there, um but I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that. That's it. Done.
So I don't have to watch videos on faster speed anymore. I just send the transcript to the AI and tell it to summarize it for me.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's even easier.
That would be even easier. Yeah.
In fact, I haven't tried it yet, but I installed a Chat GPT plugin the other day that will actually go into the transcript and summarize it for me. I just have to give it the link to the video. Where before I had to go and do a copy paste on the transcript to tell it to summarize it. So it's just getting easier.
Well, that's good. Because that saves you. I know that was one of the things for you that.
Yeah, I don't like burning up a whole lot of time watching videos. And I
No.
have used up a lot of time watching videos on learning Midjourney.
Yeah.
But that's worthwhile. There's an end purpose to that.
Well, I think anything that you have. I mean, everybody's what they consider is worthwhile is different based on
Mm-hmm.
their whatever. Yeah. But I know that you watching videos is but then again, I've watched videos not on 10 times speed, but
Yeah, it's not a favorite activity of mine, but there's times that it just makes more sense than trying to find the text. But then I discovered the transcripts. You've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us on PYPT, and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating, and yep, it's all about community. And oh, yeah, bye, Wilma.